You know, they can shoot. I mean, even Dane is only down 11 points for the whole weekend. I mean, it's crazy the shooting that's gone on this weekend. Well, again, like I said, it's hard to go from the other spot to here, and so you always hope your first arrow is good, and that's a big, you just don't know. But he didn't move his sight, so in a way, you almost feel like that might have been where he broke. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It was incredible. He had to have a shoot-off with Bodie Turner. Big bobble there.
Yeah, not something you usually see out on this stage very often. But I mean, it can cause all kinds of demons to appear out here on the stage. I mean, and Dane's been out on stages a bunch. I mean, he's won some ASAs. He's been around that. It's not something new to him, so it's probably
9.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just really unusual for Plonsky, and I just think really it has to do with being out here on the stage.
100%. 100%. I mean, I've had guys ask me, how in the world do you shoot?
His goal is to leave archery better than when he got here, and that's what keeps him motivated in this sport. And he's such a good dude to be around.
Yeah, he is a good guy. I do enjoy being around.
11.
Let's see if Zach can kind of get it back under control. It's
11.
because, like, I know when I talk to people and teach them, when we talk about it, it's so different out on that stage. One of the things I always do when I'm doing seminars is I show the part from Hoosiers, where the coach goes out and takes them in the big basketball arena and measures everything and shows them that it's all the same. I mean, you're out here, the target's still 20 yards. You got the same size target face that you do every day at home, just the lighting's a little different. And so it's hard for people to really comprehend that.
Yeah. I mean, it is true. Although when you get out here to qualifications and you're standing in that big arena, it sure looks further away. I mean, the ceiling's higher. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're right, though. It's exactly like I don't change my sight from home to here, but it sure feels more intimidating.
It does, 100%. Plus, there's more pressure on the line. Oh, and he's throwing a 12 already. No,
just a left. So it looks like it'll score an 8. I think Tim Gillingham behind him going, what are you going to do? You know, like, wait, what are you going to do?
Yeah, no, I mean, and the start was a little weak, so it's like, well, you got to start here somewhere.
I mean, I'm going to have to ask, who was the first one to do it here at Lancaster Archery Classic?
That'd be me. I did that in 09, a week or two ago.
Wow.
And it was
14 years ago already, huh?
And it was at the shop, up in the little shooting area, because it was so small back then. We shot in the building next to the shop and upstairs. They didn't even have the shooting center downstairs.
We were still scoring. We were scoring 11s back then.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. The first couple of years we did it a little different. They did a half NFA face and half the other one, and then they changed it to this round, and it's stuck. And it's been a really good.
It adds a different element. You know, the reality is there's a lot of people out there that are good 10 shooters, but to shoot an X consistently, that's next level.
Yes, agreed. And I'll be honest with you, I will give Lancaster props. They have always tried to stay, evolving the sport. That's why, like, the 12s here have been a big thing. It's just a thing that they've really tried to keep the event good.
Nice. He called that 12. He got that 12. That's all he needs to do. He just forgot to turn it off after the last one, as PJ mentioned.
Yeah, so when he shot it, I thought, oh, the light's not on.
The light isn't the official deal. You've got to make sure the judge knows you've called it. Obviously, you hit the light, it works. But it's happening in another match as well.
Good.
That is the strongest, most solid 12 we've seen all weekend long.
Yeah, for sure. But you're far enough ahead. Does it really? You shoot 3 11s.
Yeah. Well, this arrow is going to be kind of the lead off. It's going to be important. An 11 here for Dane.
I mean, you could shoot 3 9 still.
All right. So, and the 12 has already been called by Zach. He already hit the button, going for it. He only gets 1 an end. Missed it.
7.
Now that takes all the pressure off Dane.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have a lot of pressure anyway at 5 points.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he'd have hit the 12, that cuts it to 4, which means you could have shot 3 10s and still won.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, a lot of, I guess you could say, hope nothing breaks to survive that point. I mean, I remember my first World Cup finals, and I'm like, Arrow, just get out of the boat and get down there.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of
That's where, like, if I'm Dane holding that, like, shooting a back tension,
Yeah.
I'd be ripped on that par so hard on the drawback.
Yeah, he did it. He smoked it. Good round at a 131, too. Only one down to walk out here. The first time here and the first time doing this, it's like gotta be nervous beyond.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's what happened to Zach.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the guy shot a perfect 660, and he deserves to be here. And now he's got a lot of experience, and he'll be back so strong. He decides to come back next year.
Yeah.
IBO national champion, ASA shooter of the year finalist. I mean, he has done so much in his archery career, and you know, he's just an accomplished indoor shooter as well. It always seems like Hacker as of late has been in the mix.
Yeah.
Been shooting for 20 years. Started archery bow hunting with his dad.
Yeah, and he started off really good in the eliminations. I was on his target, and he shot a clean round to past year's champion at Cappers. Had to go to a shoot-off and everything. It was really impressive.
11.
Dane looks calm,
Yeah, he
cool,
does.
and collected right now. Yeah,
That might be the understatement.
he's chilling.
Yeah.
9.
Ooh. The nurse must be pretty good out there today, because
Yeah, it must be.
11.
Dane seems not to see him, but everybody else seems to be feeling him.
Mhm.
Eleven. Eleven. 33.
Yeah, he just rolled it out.
So Dane Johnson hoping to keep it rolling.
11.
And his shot looks good and a good pace.
Yeah.
And for like most people to understand, like that just means you feels comfortable. The dot's sitting there really well. Just easy to shoot. Because that's one of the biggest variables, how your dot's setting and how everything else is going, as to how your shot timing is affected.
Looking at Kris Hacker, what do we see on his hat, Rio?
It's kind of a blinder to kind of keep your focus. My dad's had to use one later in his life because he said his eyes were kind of fighting each other, but it keeps sometimes from getting double vision or like just distracting you. I've seen a lot of people use them for different things, but those are two of the big majors.
Yeah, it is kind of weird with your dad. Like in the last couple of years, myself, sometimes I lose eye dominance when I'm at full draw. And I'll switch to the left, switch to the right. So obviously if I had something that was aiding you there, also could be the possibility of eye dominance, period.
14. Maybe a little small.
Must have talked him into it.
Yeah, no kidding. What we're talking about is the 12 ring has been, or the 12 has been called already for Kris Hacker. So he'll be going for that 1.5 centimeter dot.
He didn't love it. And again, it's that risk reward, and it's not really rewarding a lot of people today.
It's definitely not.
11.
I mean, we hear other sports talk about analytics. It'll be interesting after a couple of years to see what the odds are of hitting it versus not. Like, what risk do you take? Is it like the fourth down in the NFL and you're really going to go for it?
Yeah, because eventually there's going to be, like, everybody will know each scenario.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
11, 33.
And Dane just looks like he's rolling. Just.
You know what? We have seen this before at the Lancaster Archery Classic where someone
Yeah.
who's got a lower seed gets into a rhythm, and it's like everybody starts to collapse at first. In this final end, with a comfortable 8-point lead.
Eleven.
Didn't love where it broke, but it hit good.
Yeah, it hit really well.
That's what when you see a guy move like that, it's a lot of times because his dot just isn't where he wanted it to hit. Oh, and I missed the 12. That's
Yeah,
good.
it was called.
It's tough because it's not enough points to really get him back in the match, but it will build your confidence a little bit after the.
Yeah. Ten.
Dane could shoot a perfect score here. And only be one down, I think, for his 2 matches to start.
Wow.
11,
Got it.
33.
Better watch Dane Johnson in Vegas this year.
Yeah.
11.
So good showing for Kris, who came in as the number 6 seed. Nationals. I mean, this kid has got a lot going on for him.
At a young age, he is a solid shooter.
Absolutely. His mom's here with him today, but he got into archery because he was bow hunting with his dad. And what keeps him motivated in our sport is he just loves to do it. And why not, man? Winning always makes you feel good.
Oh, for sure. There is nothing more exciting than getting a good win in a major archery event.
Slusarz also shot just 9 points down for the entire points accumulated during the weekend and shot 88 11s.
Like I said, the scores this weekend were phenomenal.
Yep.
Like,
11.
well, they both look solid out there. Amazing. These guys have shot so good all weekend.
I know.
And they're both of them just like really smooth and solid out there, and it just seems to be rolling pretty amazing. Yeah, he didn't love that one. That was the first one, kind of a response that was a little different.
11.
And Dane just seemed to keep that same beat.
Arrow shot by Dane Johnson. He's only dropped 1 single point, Rio.
Yeah, he's come out of the gate firing, that's for sure. And he looks comfortable. Like, I think that's the understatement part of it, is he just looks, there's no, I mean, we watch guys out here shaking and moving when they're on that. He doesn't have any of that right now. And so to me, maybe he's the guy that eventually in the pro division, first guy to make that long
Might be. I love the steely-eyed look of Slusarz. He's staring down that target, just telling it, you're going to the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Oop, there's a bobble. So first miscue and a lot of arrows for Dane Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's and it doesn't take much. I mean, that's what, like, these guys have shot so long and missed so few that it makes it look so easy. I mean, I've had friends go and buy bows because they're like, oh my gosh, this can't be that hard. And they get them and they're like, I hate you. Oh, now Dane's dropped a couple, and so this changes the whole dynamics of this. If Jacob could shoot at 11 here, it's all tied up.
He'll actually go 1 point up.
11, 33.
So he goes 1 point up. Second, I'm the number 8 seed.
Yeah.
See, that's like a 3D strategy.
Yeah.
If I'm 5th place going into the ASA final, I'm just gonna gun after all the 14s. Right?
Yeah.
But when the reality hit, when Dane was like, "Wait a second, I'm leading,"
Yeah.
ain't no 14s or no 12s
Yeah.
getting called.
No reason to risk it when you're on top.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's been 3 in a row he shot 10s
Yeah.
on. And he had ran a long streak.
And that was also a quick shot. Here he goes. He
Yeah.
just Slusarz with 11, and Dane is called to 12.
Which I like that because it'll put pressure on Jacob for his last arrow if he can shoot that 12.
He's got to settle down, take his time.
Got it.
Got it.
Yeah.
And he's one of our few athletes who actually hit the button to turn it off.
Yeah, look at that.
Great job, Dane.
Way to set an example.
11, 33.
Yeah,
That 12's got to give Dane back his confidence, I would think.
I would think so.
11.
There you go.
And to decide which shooter's going to advance to shoot with our number 4 seed.
It's, well, the 12's back on again. I mean, it's in a hurry. It came quick after that first one was just a little high.
11.
And Jacob's taking advantage of it.
Yeah, that was a longer hold.
It's still solid.
Mm-hmm.
A little more movement than I've seen anymore.
Got it. 12.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stepped up there and smoked 2 12s every time he's called it. Maybe he should have called it every time.
It really got things weird in here.
Yeah.
11.
But Slusarz has found it now.
Yeah. And he's talking with his coach, he's telling you if he needs it or not for this last arrow.
11.
And his coach told him you're up 1, so don't mess with that.
Mm-hmm. So a 10 to tie, 11 to win.
11.
Got it.
Yep, there you go.
33.
He's an absolute stud. He's been on this stage before. He shot his way through some stuff.
Yeah. And hysterical.
Yeah, his brother Tyler came out of retirement and is here this weekend. Shot a few arrows. It was great to see him. We haven't seen him in 3 years. He started, Jacob Marlow started archery obviously because his dad was hunting. And he says what motivates him to keep him in this sport, simply my mortgage.
Hey, nothing like keeping a roof over your head. That's sort of the...
Yeah. And when asked how many years he's shooting, he just put a lot.
A lot. Keeping it simple.
That's right. So in Vegas, indoor nats, multiple ASA championships.
Oh, and stuffs the first one. So it makes it, like I said, it takes a little bit of...
Yep. But if there is a streaky archer, someone who can get on a streak,
Oh, yeah.
it is definitely Marlow.
Oh, 100%. And he can shoot some arrows. I mean, just like I said, besides that, he's only down 7 points for the whole weekend.
Incredible.
10.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. So the battle of the Jacobs. Slusarz has an opportunity here to go up 1.
11.
As I said that, I looked over to make sure he hadn't hit the 12.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe he wanted to really put the pressure on.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one to watch these matches with the pros as to who's using it when they're using it.
10.
Oh.
Yeah.
So give up 2. Come in through the first one right in the middle and put them other 2 out right.
Yeah, he just grabbed a couple clicks to adjust his sight to compensate for that.
11.
Yeah.
33.
Good old Marlow's always good for a good laugh. And can shoot.
Oh, yeah. Well, Slusarz got to shake that one off. Is there a little bit of a pump on the PA system? No problem.
Yep.
11.
Let's see if those couple sight clicks worked for Marlow. And yeah, he has the same anchor point every single time.
Yeah, he did not like that one. Something's going on he doesn't love.
Mm-hmm.
11.
Okay, now it's feeling right.
Yeah, but it's still, I mean, that's, the problem is with this division is one of those little hiccups like that, you could be done.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean,
11:33. 12 is called.
this shows right here the pressure that's out there on these guys. I mean, he's putting the 12 up to try and help save himself a little bit right now, but I mean, we talked about he only missed like 7 points all weekend, and he's walked out here and missed.
Close.
Ooh, that's a tight one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's down a bunch of points here compared to what he was down there. You know?
Yeah. That shows you the pressure of the final shoot-up stage. Rio, what you call? Look
I'm
like
going to
it
say
hit.
in when I
Yeah,
looked
I'm gonna
at
say
it.
in.
I mean,
I'm going to say in, but we don't know anything, so.
yeah. Definitely a good call for the.
It's good.
Yeah, there you go.
Marlow.
Boy, man, it's incredible to see Darton Archery just really starting to get some incredible shooters on board.
What?
And the success that they have had.
And Randy's put a lot behind him. I mean, I don't care who you are. Randy, if you look at his business over the years, always put a lot of effort behind him and really done a good job of marketing and growing these companies. So when I saw that he had got his hands on Darton, I knew there'd be something to reckon with.
11.
The first big acquisition for Darton was Jimmy Lutz a couple of years ago. He's helped to improve the bows that you see these shooters using now, and I mean, it just gets review after review, rave reviews. It's hard to beat the performance you see on stage. Slusarz is doing a great job with it right now.
Yeah.
New innovations on the cam side coming out from Elite. New stuff launched this year. They continue to push the envelope and evolving stuff. I mean, it's so great to see so many bow manufacturers interested in competitive archery and creating such shootable bows. The 12 again for Jacob Marlow.
Yeah. I mean, he needs it, just like we talked about. If he can shoot this one here and one more in the next one, I mean, it would be a 1-point match. No.
99 to 94. Jacob Slusarz in this final end of our Lancaster Archery Classic 2023 edition and our shoot-up finals.
And this should relax him. He should be able to finish out with 3 good, strong arrows. He doesn't look as... Yeah, right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the tough part when there's this kind of gap. It's like, well, I really can't catch him. You really can't, without any craziness. But you still got to stay in there because there's times that something happens. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it happen. We've seen it happen on this stage.
Yes.
We've seen a pro shooter completely miss the target.
Yes, 100%. And as a pro, it's so hard to keep yourself into this because you just don't know.
Not over till it's over.
Nope.
11.
And I have to venture a guess and say that Jacob might just jump on the button.
Yeah, I'm going to go out and throw it on.
He hasn't yet, though.
No.
10.
Where was that earlier, Brian?
There it is.
Where was that earlier, he says to him. Misses his last arrow for 1 off perfect, so.
The 12 called.
Got it.
He got it. That one was with authority.
Oh yeah, that one's the second most solid one I've seen today. So
Official scoring will come in, but unfortunately we don't think it's enough.
No.
As Slusarz, had he hit that 11, he would have had our second perfect score of the day.
Yep, he would have. And that's solid shooting.
Just a bit outside.
Yep.
So 131 to 128 looks like it's how it's going to score. So Jacob Marlow, who is our 4th seed, will now take a seat. Let's get to PJ.
Correct. Jacob Slusarz, 131. Jacob Marlow, 128. Jacob Marlow is gonna finish in 5th place, take home $1,500. Jacob Marlow, always appreciate having you here.
Dave Cousins, what, the only archer to win gold in all World Archery Championships, World Field, Indoor, Outdoor, 3D. What are you shaking your head for? The guy has shot an incredible career, and he's still right there on top.
Oh, he shoots. Dave and I have competed for a lot of years. Dave's a heck of a shot. There is no doubt in my mind. And he can win at any point. And he is still, I mean, as good as the scores were, he's right there with everybody.
So total for the weekend, that includes qualification and elimination rounds, Dave Cousins has dropped only 4 points up until now.
11.
Good shot. Good shot. It's like I said, that's a hard one. His shot looks good, but it was just out.
Yeah, I can already see Dave. He just got a couple confidence clicks.
And again, like I said, it's just so hard to go from over there to in here, and you just hope that first arrow does what you need it to do. But I can tell you, Dave has got no fear. He'll swing on that 12 and have no problem going for it to try and keep in the match.
Whoa. Yep, and that's it. Rio, it's almost like, does he have an earpiece in him?
Yeah.
Dave already's gone for the 12. He's already on it.
11:33.
Of course, you know, Slusarz, he won't see that because of his positioning.
Yeah.
He's got his back to Dave, but Dave already shaking his head.
Yeah. See, and that, yeah, and like I said, it's hard because even as good as Dave is and as much time as he's been out there, to start like that, it's just so deflating.
Yeah, no, without question. But if there is anybody who's got the mental acumen to pull himself out of that, it's him.
Oh,
so Dave jumped on the button already. He goes for it straight away. You called it, Rio. He's not scared.
No, Dave's never. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, Dave is one of them guys that wants to win in the most ways than anybody I've ever seen. Having been on teams with him and stuff, we were at one of the first World Cup team events, and I will tell you that he literally stood up and said, "I'm not sure I can shoot a 10 on the last arrow if we need it." And he said, "So one of you other guys are going to shoot it." And I can't tell you that I know many other archers that could really have that gumption to do it. And to me, and that was all because he wanted to win.
That's all he wants, yeah.
And like that's a drive that's kept him up there for so long. And I just, Dave's impressive. Like to be where he's at and the stuff like that. Like.
And by the way, the strategy that Dave used, he adjusted his sight to shoot in for that 11 ring. So he moved it right back up and was able to shoot that 11. So
yeah, well, and where Dave shoots field so much, he has a lot of. He's really good with that avenue, and guys don't realize how much Dave knows into his equipment and his sights and stuff like that. He is probably as good as it comes to knowing a lot of that stuff.
Did that first 34 in, possibly?
I think so.
But the way Slusarz is shooting, that's only a point. But you really bring up a good point. Let's see what PJ has to say. The game of I'm a good shooter. It's a game of basically knowing everything. Like you've got to know setup, you've got to shoot, you've got to know strategy, you've got to understand all those elements. So it makes sense what you're saying. Like, what's a little sight adjustment for him?
Yeah, like I said, that's something that he's really proficient at. And I do like that he at least is throwing the 12 out there early. That way, at least can apply some pressure on him. Maybe.
Got another 12 called right here.
I just missed that one.
Left for 7.
Oh, and he's turning it off. Look at him. But Jacob's shooting well. I mean, we can talk about Dave and all that stuff, but Jacob's giving no room for any sort of like, here, let me help you out.
Yep.
And I think the sad part of some of the guys out here that have had the rough spots and the rough patches is sad because it's kind of like people that are seeing it didn't see how well they've shot all week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dave missed 4 points to get here. 2 during qualification, 2 in eliminations. And so, I mean, even if we go back to Zach and he shot a 660, it's a tough one to swallow because this is the image you're going to see for a long time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
11.
And Dave's already made the adjustment on his scope. I saw him right after his last arrow, so my guess is after Jacob fires this arrow, Dave might just tap on that 12 button and go for it again. The Slusarz, though, is just having such a round.
Yeah, I mean, in tight, he's shot some good ends. I mean, and I think he's getting more comfortable by watching him. He's getting a little more into the nerves are settling down. He's getting into it a little better. I think you got that one.
A little closer, I think you got that.
He turned to PJ. A little closer? Yeah, a little closer. All the while, Slusarz is in his own little world.
Yeah.
Just wearing out the middle ring. I don't see that very often.
No.
Dave, just a little. He's having a good time at this point.
Yeah.
He's just
Well,
had a smile on his face.
I'll be honest with you, Dave in the last few years has become really, like, he's really kind of been. I don't know how do you want to say it. He's been a really good sportsman. Like he's become this different. He's not that Dave wasn't always a great sportsman, but he's just kind of he's let his personality out.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Where it's not just competitive competition.
Yes.
Competition. You can tell he's here enjoying himself.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
And Jacob takes it. I mean, but like I said, it's almost like Tom Brady. Now he's got away from Belichick. He's got a little comedy, a little laugh.
Stop talking. Just stop talking. How dare you? And Kris says his brother was the one who got him into archery. And he says that his motivation that keeps him in the sport, the thing that just drives him forward, is Brady Ellison. And my goodness, he has him in his coaching box. Just incredible.
Yeah, them two have been pushing each other a lot lately. Brady's got his new house in Billings, and they've been shooting together a lot.
Kris Schaff.
And he's loving his new bow. He really feels like it, with his stuff, shoots really good for him.
And that is good. Everybody does have a shooting style, and it is important to be able to match your bow to your shooting style.
Yeah. But it's, I mean, Jacob's been on point, so it's this is no easy match to walk in and.
Kris Schaff came in with, after qualifications on Friday and elimination rounds, had only dropped 4 points total.
And it's kind of funny because we practiced the day we got here, and he just kept, oh, this bow is not good. It's not good. And if you know Kris in all the years, if he ever shoots bad during practice, hold on to your hats because he's going to shoot really good during the tournament.
No kidding. And technically, Kris is extremely proficient. He knows what he's doing. A twist here, a twist there, an ounce here, an ounce there. He's definitely dialed in on that on that front. And that's the side of archery that no one ever sees.
No.
Right?
No.
I mean, your ability for all the years you shot to be able to tune a bow and understand what it's doing, even through all the evolution and the new technology that's come out.
Yeah.
And here we go. I mean, this is now because Slusarz is rolling.
Yep. I mean, with his clean round last time, didn't miss many in the round before that. I mean, he's on it. That's good. In fact, I think Jacob missed his last arrow of the match against Jacob Marlow.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we remember right, Jacob was like, or Marlow was like, oh, where was that earlier?
He did. He did, yeah.
So that's the only arrow he's missed out here. Ooh, I think that one's just out.
He jumped on it.
Yeah.
Did Slusarz.
Good comeback. But that 1 point could be the match. I mean,
it really could be. At this level,
well,
final 3.
With the 12, I guess we could. Yeah.
At the 12, I don't think either one of these archers are really into that.
No. I mean, even Jacob hasn't had to push that button yet. And like I said, Kris hasn't really been into it. And when we shot the World Archery, when they first introduced that 12, it was a big part. He's like, I don't want to shoot that. We don't want to shoot that. And I'm like, I get it. So, I mean, he can when he has to. And Kris is a good enough shot to hit it. But I know it's one thing he really did not want to have to play.
That's good. Yeah,
I think it's pretty solid by the looks on the monitor.
Just have to touch the line,
Yeah.
get the higher point value.
That one's close. I can't tell whether it's shot up like that. And that's a hard one because sometimes you get them calls, sometimes you don't. And can Kris follow up after that?
11:33.
There you go.
This is the 2023 Lancaster Archery Classic, our shoot up for the Open Pro in our final run of the day.
And I don't know if that one got called in on Jacobs. Where are we at score-wise?
It'll come up in the upper left-hand corner. Guaranteed a podium for Jacob Slusarz or Kris Schaff. So it's still a 1 point game.
Yep.
No, we're all tied up right now.
Because that way that's why Kris, I thought when Kris chose to shoot first, I thought, well, it had to get tied back up. So maybe we don't get a 12 to send. And again, I'm not sure I would have wanted to shoot first because if you shoot an 11 on this one, and Jacob goes, I'm going to take a 12, you're done. Oh, he's doing it. What? I'm not, because you're shooting first, you have to take the...
Got it.
Got it. And Brady, after his performance earlier, was like, oh, so now Jacob has to do it.
You got it.
You got to
Knows
do
what's
it.
up. Wow, Schaff putting the pressure on.
Got it.
Okay. All right.
This just got interesting. now we go to a shoot-off. So now are we going to shoot 12s?
All right, so Jacob had the choice.
Oh, and Kris is going for a 12 again.
He's going for it.
He's going to... It's his to win or lose. He's going to take it.
Got it.
Oh, Kris.
Here we go again.
Oh, Kris. You maniac.
Taylor's going to whoop you when he gets home. Or be really happy.
Ooh,
I don't know.
I think he got it. That's so
Yeah,
close.
I do. It's so close. Because it's in that ring, and so from this angle, it's hard to tell, but... Ooh, get the camera.
Ooh, no.
Oh.
No.
I can see red there, so I don't...
No.
And Jacob just dropped his head, so he...
No, I don't think so.
But what a match.
It's where the arrow sits at rest. It's not the hole it punches. It's where it's at rest. Wow. Kris Schaff just sat Jacob Slusarz. Well, Rio, with the 12 in place, this could take a while.
Yeah, and after I told Kris that he didn't like to do it, he played it. He just put it out there. And I think part of that's Brady behind him, because Brady did it earlier today to win his match.
Certainly did. All right, Bodie Turner, Vegas champion. He did it with a birthday, if you remember.
Yeah.
Started, what, at 14 and finished it at 15?
Yeah.
Had his birthday on Saturday during Vegas.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, he works on shoots a lot of different equipment. I mean, he told me when he got here, he put some 2712s together and some 130 grain points. And that's what he's rolling. He's like, it just shot really good. And I think that's there.
It's close.
He says he has 10 of them.
10 arrows?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said because finding a 130 grain point for him was a little hard.
Wow, Bodie just dropped one.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd only dropped 2 points in all qualification and eliminations. 1,054 out of 1,056.
Yeah. I mean, Kris, after having that pressure match that they just had, this could be a little easier to relax and shoot. But, I mean, it still is for the win, so it's not going to be easy, but.
Can you see that side?
That's close.
Another close one, too.
Yeah, I can't tell from the monitor what it is, but it's close. There you go. That's a good.
So we got a couple arrow calls here.
And I think that's one of the hardest. Bodie had 2 of them out.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's
So a 1-point lead.
Yeah, which at this point you have to feel no one can miss. Like Kris cannot miss.
No.
He's got to hit 11s. Bodie's got that 12 option.
Yeah. Well, and it's so weird with the 12 because you sit here and say in a normal match, you're like, that 1 point could be the difference. But with the 12, it really changes the dynamics of the match.
Yeah. Inside out.
That's pretty impressive. But you think about these two. I mean, like only missing 2 and only missing 4. Like they've almost missed as much in this match as they've missed the whole weekend. You know?
Yeah, and that shows you the pressure
Yeah.
that this stage brings, the pressure of the win, the crowd here. In our final match of the 2023 Lancaster Archery Classic. In our second end of competition, and Kris Schaff goes clean. And here comes Bodie.
To try and matching.
11.
And he does.
Easy peasy. Real wild. It's almost like you know archery.
On occasion, I know these guys. I spend some time around a few of them. Yeah, I have spent my time around a lot of these guys.
10.
Dropped it.
Yeah, Bodie was telling me he built these arrows, and he's actually got super dry points in them, so they don't fit the 27 super or the 27 12 that well.
Yeah, they're going to be a little loose.
Yeah, and so he said they don't spin real good, but they shot good.
Interesting.
So. Well, and like I said, it's hard when you miss one. It starts to eat on you a little.
Yeah. Because now we know that Bodie's figured this out, and the chances of him missing from this point forward are pretty slim.
Yeah.
Which means now Kris has got to play his 12 at some point.
Or there's still 5 more or 4 more arrows.
No, I'm saying at some point. You
Yes.
know, you're more than likely he's going to wait till the last end.
Yeah.
11. 33.
So Bodie goes up by 1 point.
Yeah. And again, we talked about Kris shoots a 12, he could win.
Yep.
That's why this whole dynamics is so tough to understand and think about. Because I know in the past it's always like you want to shoot first to make the other guy have pressure.
11. Inside out.
And the nice part with Kris is if you get down to that last arrow and he shot all 11s, you know you got to shoot the 12.
Yeah, of course.
So it's a
11. Inside out.
He needs that 11 here.
yeah.
11.
Okay. If Bodie hits an 11, Schaff's going to go for the 12.
11.
All right, so there it is.
The 12 on.
Yeah.
This will be for the tie.
No, he nailed it.
nailed it.
He destroyed that
There you go.
12.
Yeah.
So 34 for Kris Schaff, 130 all tied up.
Yeah.
Oh, man. See, this is where for it all.
And this is the tough part. If he goes first and does it, and he misses, all Kris has to do should.
That's right. Yeah, but
it's a tough one to look at.
But if he hits it.
Yep. If he hits it, it's a whole different ball game.
Got it.
He got it. Yep. So Kris stepped on it.
This would be 4 12s in a row for Kris. This is unreal. Missed it.
Yep. Missed it.
He missed it. So let's see on that arrow call. As PJ said, I believe Bodie got it. Dude, I can't. If you hit 4 12s in a row, that would have been unreal. That's 1.5 centimeters. And
Bodie's is in, yep.
Well,
no, it's.
Bodie Turner takes the championship. On that shoot-off, Kris Schaff is our second place finisher. $7,500 from us, $1,000 from PSE, $500 from Easton. Give it up for Kris Schaff. That was a heck of a show. And our champion, oh, here we go. Didn't have the mic. And our 2023 Lancaster Archery Classic Open Pro champ, taking home $20,000 from us, $6,000 from Hoyt, $1,000 from True Ball Excel, $1,000 from Easton, $1,000 from Conquest, Bodie Turner.